Charlie English. Give me an outside line.
ICOM, receiving.
And scramble me, ICOM. Code 2830.
Scrambled. Identity?
Matt Hart, operative 12123. Get me Major Clack.
That line is busy.
Well, let me voice record.
Yes, Mr. Pleasure.
Andre, a porta esta aberta.
Don't care che ponia.
Put it over there.
Go ahead, 12123.
Saludos del Rio, mejor. That tip on the Jackal was a hot one, real hot. My 2 weeks hacking through rainforest was worth it. I missed the bastard, but not by much. We're getting close. They ran some damned race yesterday. The traffic here is still nuts, so I am curling up with a cold beer and a bar of soap. I'm at the Hostel Morales. Call me. Heart out.
Have you come to hand in your budget report, Mr. Greenspan?
No, sir. We're working on it. Yes, it'll be ready Monday. You called,
I called for Adderly, Melville. Where is he?
Well, he's unavailable, sir.
Unavailable?
Vacation? Paris? Perhaps something I could handle.
He wasn't supposed to leave until tonight.
He hasn't. It's his day off. The Blue Jays are playing.
Get him back.
Get him back.
That's what I said, Melville. Find him. Bring him here. Get him back.
Get him back.
Am I not making myself clear?
Well,
Spit it out, Melville.
This could be difficult, sir.
What?
He made me sign a paper. Made me guarantee that I wouldn't cancel his vacation at the last minute.
Well, go break your word. I need to see him. Don't worry, it's not painful. Remember how I told you to be all right if you turned in your budget report a week late? I'd have no trouble breaking my word on that. Get him back.
Morning, Mona.
Adderly, what are you doing here?
Forgot my baseball glove.
Aren't we a little old to be chasing foul balls?
You might want me to play shortstop.
Mona, call Adderly.
Adderly!
Oh, thank God you're here. Major Clack wants to see you right away.
I'm on vacation, Melville. Tell him you couldn't find me. I'll see him in 3 weeks.
He knows your plane doesn't leave until tonight.
I'm
He
late for a
wants to
batting
see you
practice.
now. Adderly!
Melville, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get Clack to cancel my vacation so I can stay and help you with the annual audit.
You're just doing this because you know that all the problems stem from your frivolous charges.
Mine.
What is this receipt for? Mr. Greenspan, Major Clack would never authorize buying a carrier pigeon.
I feel like a lobster.
Postage.
Melville, just let Mona write up the report, and then when she's finished, you sign it.
Mona did it last year. I had to send $50 back to accounting.
Well, that's the way it works, Melville. If miscellaneous affairs doesn't spend it, then...
They reduce our budget.
And they pass it on to some other department, and they fritter away the money, saving the free world.
Major Clack wants to see you now. That's an order.
Well, Bill, the only order I'm taking is Mona's order for a bottle of French perfume. I'll send the Major a postcard. Snap, snap.
Adderly! Adderly! We'll see who's going to send postcards. Snap, snap.
Don't worry, Mr. Greenspan. We can do the budget report ourselves. I've almost got a rough
He just
total.
doesn't want to be around when I find out how much money he's wasting on wild goose chases. Money that could be spent on something important.
This can't be right. We've got quite a surplus.
It's working! This year I decided not to spend our budget.
So we could send more money back?
No, so that we could save more money and spend it on something important. It's called creative accounting.
It's also called illegal.
Major Clack, please. Just make sure you get an exact total. Major? He said no.
Thank you, Johnny. Who won the ball game?
I wouldn't know. Somebody decided I should beat the traffic. Major, if this is about my vacation, you know I've been trying to get to France
You're going to France, but not to Paris. Nice.
Nice? Nice. Is this an assignment?
I just want you to check up on an old friend, Richard Scarfield.
The Jackal's sidekick? I thought he was dead.
He is. We just want it confirmed.
Why Nice?
He had a compulsive gambling habit, wanted to be close to Monte Carlo. We almost got him last year, wounded him badly. We got word he died of these wounds 2 months ago. Find out where he was buried. Adderly, our anti-terrorist team, was getting close to the Jackal until last month in Rio.
When Matt Hart was killed?
He was strangled with a wire garrote. That was Richard Scarfield's signature.
Piano wire. B flat, I think. Is there anything else that ties him to Scarfield?
Yeah, the killer lifted Hart's ID. It turned up in Brussels yesterday, left in the waiting room of the shuttle for Nice.
Cheerful Charlie's charters? Major, I was booked first class.
Well, it's the end of the fiscal year. Money's tight. Oh, and have a nice flight.
Ah, monsieur! Avez-vous trouvé votre ami? Have you found out where your friend is?
Only his death certificate. Can you find the graveyard?
Ah, it's going to take a great while, monsieur. The streets have blocked. It's Grand Prix week. And it is a maze out there, which cemetery?
All it says is à la famille.
Ah, that means the family might have claimed the body, you see. It could be buried anywhere. Now, if we start now, perhaps 1 week, 2 weeks, we might fight, you know?
That's no good. We've got to find it sooner. The casinos. Don't they keep tabs on all their heavy bettors?
Oh, if you owe them money, monsieur, they keep tab on you, on your wife, your mistress, a lover. Was your friend a loser?
He was big into lost causes. Hotel Excelsior.
Monsieur, l'Hôtel Excelsior is the most expensive hotel in Monaco. I tell you what, I save you money. I take you back to Nice.
Money is no object, as far as hotels go.
Bon, on y va.
Monsieur, bonsoir.
Hey, bud.
Thank you for dressing.
Oh, that's a habit of mine. I wonder if I could speak to your manager.
The manager is very busy. Perhaps when Monsieur becomes a familiar face.
Well, this is very important.
Pardon. Voyez, madame. Monsieur, the manager sees only preferred clientele, royalty, and those who have exceeded their credit.
Credit?
Rien ne va plus, mesdames, messieurs. No more bets. 2 noirs, pair. 2 black, even.
Another 1,000 francs?
But, monsieur, you already owe the house more than...
I know, but my company's good for it, and I think my luck's gonna change.
Bon, d'accord, pour cette fois, ça ira. But if you wish further credit, you will have to speak to the manager.
Really?
Help me pick a number, Bambino.
Faites vos jeux, mesdames, messieurs. Place your bets. Rien ne va plus. No more bets.
Come on, 25.
17 noirs, impair manque. 17 black.
One more time and you would have had to speak to the manager, senor. You are very lucky. Come, Bambino. Inspire me.
Faites vos jeux, mesdames, messieurs. Place your bets.
Let it ride. I'll parlay that. Excuse me, betting the last number is not a good system.
Well, no, I prefer yours, but...
Rien ne va plus, mesdames, messieurs. No more bets.
Enzo Peruggi. I drive Formula One with the Bristol Racing Team.
B.H. Adderly. I saw you win Rio last month. You take a lot of chances.
So do you.
Only with money.
17 noir, encore. 17 black odd, once again.
Your luck is improving.
That's one way of looking at it.
Faites vos jeux, mesdames, messieurs. Place your bets.
Let it ride.
C'est about the table limit, monsieur.
The odds that a number will come up a third time are astronomical.
Yeah, but you can't beat the money.
Monsieur, that is a very large wager.
Hi, bud.
If I may be of help,
If I win this bet, you could help me full time.
what I'm trying to say, monsieur, is the house has a limit. I'm trying to say, would you like to see the manager?
I thought you'd never ask. Thanks, pal.
Si, monsieur. Si bien.
Manager says he's buried in London.
Could he be mistaken?
No, Major. Richard Scarfield owed him a lot of money.
Enough that his people made sure.
Which cemetery?
Same place they buried Karl Marx.
Good. Go dig him up.
Karl Marx?
Very funny.
Sheriff Charlie leaves Nice for London in an hour.
Oh, he's not going anywhere, Major. Let me stay here for a few days and...
Beyond.
Tonight, Adderly.
Just be a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It'll be just a second. Excuse me, Enzo.
Mr. Scarfield.
I know. Look at how many times we talked about the curfew.
There's no curfew when I don't drive.
Driving because you blew the engine. Now, come on.
Don't blame me for that. That was mechanical error.
Let's not make a scene, all right? It's bad enough we have to take the engine back to London. Come on.
No, I need to relax.
You can relax when you want it all. Now, put the drink down. Come on.
Why do you push me so hard?
Enzo, look. Come
All
on,
right,
champion.
all right.
Mr. Scarfield. Excuse me, are you related to Richard Scarfield?
Forgive me, are you related to one of my brother's victims?
No.
Well, then we have nothing to talk about.
The clock didn't stop Adderly from leaving.
Well, I'm glad, Mr. Greenspan. VH deserves a rest.
Oh, sure. Well, we're sweating over these books.
We are not sweating over them, Mr. Greenspan. We're juggling them.
It's all for a good cause, Mona. We're renovating.
Renovating?
Debbie's sister, Cheryl, is an interior decorator, and she hasn't worked out all the details, but she's found a spot for a closet and a space for a window.
A window?
There's an old heating duct right up here. Now, if we take this ceiling and make that hole right here, and then we could take this wall out, put the top and bang the hole in the ceiling. We'll smooth it out, and then the window can be right here, and I'll have a skylight.
Hey, Mr. Greenspan will come right out in the middle of your office, too.
Just as soon as you tell me the exact total, we'll know how much we've saved from our budget. I can tell Cheryl to finalize the plans.
Mr. Greenspan, you just can't...
Yes, I can't stop us from making office improvements. We'll spend the budget, Mona, but on something worthwhile. Now, what's that exact total?
$1,800.
We might just have room enough for a terrarium.
Miscellaneous affairs.
Good morning, Mona.
Bonjour, Adderly, ça va Paris?
I wouldn't know. I'm in London.
London?
Yeah, it's a long story. I need you to run a check for me.
Adderly, now come on, you're supposed to be relaxing.
I can sit on my
And anytime. I need you to get the file on a guy named Richard Scarfield.
He's a terrorist, and he should be in the inactive stacks.
Richard, wait a sec, isn't he dead?
Yeah. I saw his grave yesterday, but it was Sunday in the cemetery, and they're pretty busy, so
So he couldn't get a closer look.
Oh, gross. You're not gonna...
you've got his file. Go through it and pull everything you can on anybody in his family.
Living or dead?
Both. He's got a brother on the Grand Prix circuit. I'm going to meet him this afternoon, but get me anything that you can.
Okay, got it. Where do I call you back?
Barton's Fine Cars in Camden Town.
To front for Jeremy Dern.
Jeremy Dern? Jeremy Dern is on the anti-terrorist team. Has Clark put you on the anti-terrorist team?
No. I'm just digging.
Oh, and who, may I ask, is paying for all this?
Clark put it right on Melville's account.
How's that going, by the way?
Believe me, badly.
Well, tell Melville not to help.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Miscellaneous affairs can't be all bad, VH.
No, we've got Mona. What's it like looking for the jackal?
Nobody even knows what he looks like, and his intelligence network's nearly as good as ours.
How close you got?
Richard Scarfield. And he was as much a phantom as his boss. But then we heard he'd targeted one of our people in Detroit.
That's where you wounded him?
Last July. He took a lot of bullets. I don't know how he got away, let alone into France.
Why did they let him into France?
Well, the Paris police set a trap for the jackal some years ago, and he was tipped off by somebody on the inside. Scarfield let them know who it was.
And you guys didn't go after him?
Clack didn't want to compromise the French.
You think he's dead?
Well, the way we loaded him with lead, the extra weight should have killed him. But I never jump to conclusions with these people. All right, let's go. There's a bonnet release in the car. I wonder if you'd mind.
Hood.
Yes, of course.
Taking this?
Why not?
Your customer won't mind?
And we call it road testing.
Ah, road testing. Well, just as long as people don't think we're spies.
Right this way, gents. Just past his nibs over there.
What do you know about him?
Oh, not much. The old man made his name during that Spanish trouble in '36.
Spanish Civil War?
That's right. He was some Bolshie piggy. They all are here. They all want to be buried with Mr. Marx here.
Want to pay your respects?
Just another communist plot.
Here we are. Now, about the arrangement.
Happy?
Always, Gov. But I don't do the spade work. There'll be a couple of shovels and I'm deaf as a post. And looking out for the constable.
Who came to the son's funeral?
For you blokes, mostly. Only family he had was a brother, I think.
Is that spot reserved for him?
I don't know any of my customers' names till they don't have a use for them.
I better get to the bar and meet Scarfield. What can you tell me about him?
Well, he knows me as a mechanic.
Is he clean?
Completely. ISI had done all their checking on him before I joined the team. I don't think he's had so much as a parking ticket. Why do you want to see him?
Well, he's the only relative alive to claim the body. Maybe he looked inside the box so we don't have to.
Oh, you're going to spoil my whole evening.
You will wait till it's quite dark and clear up the mess afterward.
Mr. Scarfield?
Mr. Adderly. Miscellaneous affairs. I'm sorry I don't understand all that cloak and dagger lingo. It's the department that killed my brother, though.
No. The only thing we kill is time.
Do you wanna... yeah, brandy, please.
My tab.
Yeah. Okay, I'd really like to get this over as soon as possible. What is it you'd like to know?
You claimed your brother's body in Monaco. Are you sure it was him in the coffin? I'm sorry, but I do have a reason for asking this.
I didn't take a last look at him, if that's what you mean. I didn't need to see what my father had brought him to.
Your father?
Yes, Richard was my father's pride and joy. Made him a soldier for the communist cause.
How did you escape it?
Looting money from Spain for a workers' utopia, come on. I could see through that.
But Richard didn't.
Richard was a trained killer. I never saw him, I never was around him.
Then why did you claim the body?
He was my brother. I mean, I didn't agree with his politics or my father's politics, but he was my brother. Anything else? Sorry. Look, I better get back to fix that damaged engine. Thanks for the drink.
Warm beer.
Did you find out anything from Scarfield?
I don't think he likes being saddled with the family name.
Would you? No. I never knew anyone could work one of these things one-handed.
Melville taught me. But he shovels something different.
Oh, yeah, if it wasn't for the glamour, I'd quit this business.
You nail this guy, they'll give you the Nobel Peace Prize.
Jackpot! Get the torch.
Oh. Flashlight.
Yes, of course. Is that for us?
Might be.
Well, hello, Hanson.
Is it him?
It's him, and he's looked better. Boy, look at those wounds. We really took him apart, didn't we?
Oi! On your bike, Stitch. The bobby's on the corner. I'll cover this one up.
Right. Don't bother to get up. We'll see ourselves out. I think perhaps we should part here.
Hot?
Split.
Of course. See you at the garage.
Stay where you are, sir!
Did I do something wrong, Constable?
Well, I should hope not. Just move to one side. There's been a spot of trouble.
A spot? What kind of a spot?
Well, none that concerns you. Just move along, sir. Over that way. Over that way, please. Thank you. My first night on the job and I turn over a murder?
How could he do this to me, Mona? I spent a year to build up that budget, and you spent it in 3 days.
With Major Clack's authorization.
This is outrageous.
Well, Monte Carlo ain't cheap, Mr. Greenspan.
But he didn't have to buy the place. I've already booked the contractors. Who's gonna pay for these renovations?
Well, maybe it's time you juggled the books.
Adderly on line 1, sir.
Morning, Major. We found Richard Scarfield's body, but something else has happened that makes me think Jeremy's in danger.
Jeremy's in danger 24 hours a day, Adderly. That's how an operative lives, or have you forgotten? Your assignment was to find Richard Scarfield. You did that. Thank you. I've sent your expense report to Greenspan, and that's all I'm authorizing. Now, is there anything else?
Could you switch me to Mona?
Bon voyage, Adderly.
Good morning, Mona.
perfect timing. He just got stuck with your expenses. Okay, so what's going on?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Did you get the file on Richard Scarfield?
Yeah, okay. The first brother, that's Peter. He's boring. He's got no criminal record.
Yeah, I know. Black sheep of the family. What about the father?
Daddy was a hired killer in Spain during the Civil War.
Used a garrote?
You bet he did. Seems he picked it up from his Basque comrade.
What else you got on him?
He was really patient. Like, he would stalk his victims for months before he moved in for the kill. And furthermore, the guy was not above killing his own men if it helped the cause.
And Richard took over the family business.
Yeah, until he ran into our anti-terrorist team.
Mona, who is in on that hit with Jeremy?
Sally Diamond and Matt Hart.
Okay. Run a check for the last year on garrote killings. This would be a wire garrote, so it might narrow it down a bit.
Ooh.
How's your English accent?
My English accent? Well, yeah, you know, I can work on it.
I want you to phone Scotland Yard for me.
Tell them you're MI5. I want everything they've got on the Highgate strangling that happened last night.
Strangling? Dangling? Oh, you must never leave Mr. Greenspan dangling. Ever. Sorry, strangling?
Have the inspector in charge meet me at a pub called the Falkland Arms. Think you can do that in an hour?
Count on it. Okay. Okay, should I call you at the garage?
No, I'll call you. Bye-bye.
What was that about garrote?
Well,
Hart was killed with one, and so is the old man at the cemetery. There might be a connection.
Oh, I don't believe that. The jackal certainly killed Hart. But ordinary people get strangled every day. Anyone can make a garrote.
Yeah, but not everyone can use a garrote in public without being seen. This was a professional hit. Same with Hart. Maybe I should talk to the police about the old man.
No, thanks. Yes, maybe you should. I have work to do.
Sally Diamond was in on the Scarfield hit with you and Hart. Where is she now?
You have to ask Clack. Why do you want to know?
Just concerned?
Adderly, the anti-terrorist team isn't exactly a low-risk assignment. They hunt ours, we hunt them. Sally can look after herself.
Yeah. One more thing. Tell me, could a mechanic burn an engine in a car?
Easily. All you have to do is to loosen the little bolt at the bottom of the engine that holds all the oil in. And if the driver doesn't see the pressure drop, he'll fry it in no time. What do you want to do, Adderly?
I don't know. Maybe I'll know by the time you get back.
Hey, my friend, is there a mechanic named... Hey, my friend!
Senor Peruggi.
Adderly, what are you doing here?
I'm on vacation. What are you doing?
We had problems in Monaco.
Mechanical?
I say mechanical. Mr. Scarfield says it is my fault. I know I can't loosen an oil pan, but because I like to drive, I don't argue. Either way, we're here rebuilding the engine. I'm supposed to get some advice.
Jeremy Dern?
Mr. Scarfield says he is the best. He wants him to look at some designs.
Yeah. Okay.
Our plane leaves for the Canadian Grand Prix tonight.
I'm afraid Mr. Dern won't be back till about 5 o'clock.
That will not go over well.
Scarfield is a bit temperamental?
Sometimes. But he gave me a ride on the circuit when everyone else thought I was nothing but a young hothead.
Well, I guess he's used to hotheads.
I think I'd take his brother's place. I should get back.
Good luck in Canada, huh?
Luck has nothing to do with it. Mr. Scarfield plans a perfect race. Then I drive it.
Tea, bloody marvelous. I'll ring you when I get a free mo. Ta-ta. Oh, that was too much.
Mona, here's a receipt that you didn't deduct.
Mr. Greenspan, this is a parking receipt for
I know,
somebody in
it saves
international
all our
affairs. No, wait,
problem.
wait, I'm intending to send this back.
No, look, it proves we've spent our budget.
Mr. Greenspan.
No, listen, it'll work, Mona. Honest, it'll work.
Mr. Greenspan, I can't. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't believe you're actually doing this. It's
putting things in another pocket, that's all. It's a victimless crime.
Victimless crime. It's dishonest. It's deceitful.
It is not deceitful. It's protecting your department.
It is protecting your... Excuse me.
Mr. Adderly? Jacqueline Hyde, Inspector, Scotland Yard. MI5 told me a great deal about you. Double scotch, my good man. Neat.
Thank you for coming, Inspector. I'm not sure if homicide investigation...
I'm not homicide, Mr. Adderly. I'm special surveillance.
Special surveillance?
We keep track of radical elements, communists. Your dead man was on our watch list. So we're involved. Young man, I said neat. No water, no ice.
Who was he?
Name was Paulson. Semi-retired. Ran a one-man business up the street.
What sort of business?
Foreign exchange. Moving money from one country to another. He had a little office in Highgate.
It's an odd business for somebody with leftist leanings.
As Mr. Marx said, from each according to his abilities. It was what he did best.
Yeah. Had he ever been under investigation for anything shady, laundered money, fraud?
Clean as a whistle. He was a party financier. Started with a large amount of capital after the Spanish Civil War.
Where'd the money come from?
Ah, that's his skeleton in the closet. Do you know the Civil War?
Not personally.
In 1936, General Franco led a rebellion backed by Hitler and Mussolini. Russia moved in behind the supporters of the government.
And the communist sympathizers came and helped him fight.
Correct. The brigades. The loyalist cause didn't go well, however.
Terrible.
And by the end, there was a huge black market in the guns that the Soviets supplied.
And Paulson was in on it.
Up to his recently twisted neck. He was selling to both sides, along with a man named George Scarfield.
Bingo.
No, George. The terrorist father.
No. I mean, that might be just exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Don't you want to read the rest?
Send it to ISI headquarters. Attention, Major Clack. And thank you again.
I say it again.
What'd you come up with?
Okay, I ran a cross-reference on...
Thank you, Ernie.
Well, it would really help us out, Patty. You know, anything you can come up with, parking.
Stationary.
I'm glad you've seen the light, Mona. Here's $8 from Ernie and the janitors.
What was all that about?
Oh, you don't want to know. Okay, I ran this cross-reference on garrote murders. The only listing was from San Marino.
San Marino?
Yeah, May 2nd. Somebody we were after, a forger named Luther Addison. He'd been refitting passports for the PLO.
Communist sympathizer?
Yeah, since before we were born. This guy's in his 70s.
It all fits.
What is going on?
All those dead men are directly related to Scarfield's past. Taxi!
I gotta go, Mona.
Oh, yeah, bye.
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Surely you're not looking for a mechanic.
Matter of fact, I am. I'm having a little oil pressure problem. I thought I'd get a second opinion before I got it regrouped.
Well, I'll be the last person to tell you your business.
Just take a look.
Boy, you've really worked this out, huh?
vacation, Adderly. We put Sally Diamond on first alert when we got the word on Jeremy.
Yeah, but she's not looking out for Scarfield.
Neither are we. He's not the jackal. Get away from there.
I'm going to convince you.
Those pins are hot spots.
All due respect, Major, they won't cool off in the next 5 minutes. Now, the first stop on the Grand Prix circuit was Rio. Scarfield was there and killed Hart.
Adderly, Hart was hot on the jackal's trail in Rio.
Okay, Major. The second stop on the circuit was San Marino. Luther Addison was killed, and Scarfield was there.
Who the hell is Luther Addison?
You haven't been reading your files, Major. He was a master forger, specialized in passports. Then, Scarfield went to Brussels for the Belgium Grand Prix, May 17th. Yeah, Brussels is where we found Hart's ID. Next stop, Monaco. No killings, but Scarfield's team blows an engine. Not a driver error as reported, but a planned error by Scarfield, who has to take his engine to London.
To kill Dern.
And don't forget Paulson.
Yeah, but why did he kill Addison and Paulson?
Well, don't forget, Major, Peter Scarfield is pretty new to this. If somebody's after him, he'll need a place to hide.
I don't follow.
Addison was a master forger who supplied him with new ID. Paulson was a banker who supplied him with the money.
In case he needed them. Favors for the son of a fellow trapper.
Whose father told him to sacrifice friends to cover his trail. And Sally Diamond is the next victim. Where is she?
In Toronto. I spoke to her this morning.
Which is 40 miles from the Grand Prix there. Don't you think it's worth...
You may be right, Adderly. But there's one thing you have to explain to me. The anti-terrorist team was well hidden. The jackal and his network might be able to find them. But how could Scarfield?
There's lying, and there's lying.
Yes, and next we will be purchasing a shredding machine.
There are no loose cannons on my...
Get in here.
Don't listen to her, Major. She's
I'm sorry
raving.
about this. We have to talk. I am not raving, sir. I have never done anything like this in my life.
And she doesn't know how I run my department.
Nobody does.
You're the cause of all this, VH.
Oh, no. This is your master plan, Mr. Greenspan.
Major, I can explain everything. Mona's blowing completely out of proportion. It's very simple.
It'd have to be if it's your plan.
Major, I have kept a tight rein on our budget this year.
I've noticed, Melville, but I don't have time.
These expenses by Adderly have thrown things completely out of whack. I've had to steal.
You got that part right.
I've had to borrow from other departments, borrow receipts to create a deficit so that we can get an allocation for next year to pay for the expenses.
No. That is not why we have money left over.
I was forced to do it for the good of the department.
Major Clark, you should see what he's doing. I mean, he's such a... May I call him a weasel?
Fine with me.
Major, we're all in this together. We have a common goal.
That's it, a goal. Jeremy said they hunt us, we hunt them. Scarfield and the Jackal have a common goal. They both want to kill the anti-terrorist team.
But for different reasons.
Yeah. The Jackal because they're hunting him, and Scarfield because they killed his brother. He's in contact with the Jackal, and he's using his intelligence network.
And Peter Scarfield is being used by the jackal to kill his enemies.
Let me go get him.
Thank you, Adderly. I'll take it from here.
No, Major, you can't. Scarfield's mine.
I'll have Sally Diamond arrest him. You're back on vacation.
Yes, Major.
Adderly, if you...
Melville! Shut up! And sit down. As soon as I've made this phone call, Mona's going to explain exactly what's been going on.
Drivers for the final time and qualification, please report to the starting grid. Contact your driver. Cars on the track. Return to your pit. Marshal, in turn 3, we have a stalled car on the track.
It's still moving. We're in third. After shifted 7,000 reps. Probably why you blew it in Monaco. I blew it in Monaco. Why can't you just fix it? Piece of power. Hey, Mr. Adderly. You came to see us.
That's right. At this time, it's business. Mr. Scarfield, have you met my associate? Or were you planning to wait till after the race?
I don't think I've had the pleasure.
And I don't think you ever will. This is number 3, Sally Diamond. One of the agents that gunned down your brother. Adderly. Stay out of this, Enzo. We're ISI.
We'd like you to come with us, Mr. Scarfield.
And talk about your friend, the Jackal.
What's going on?
Enzo, look, put that gun away, okay? There's a lot of fuel in here.
Mr. Greenspan, you're supposed to be working.
It's Sunday afternoon, Mona. I always watch sports on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's when you're at home, but you're at the office now and you're supposed to be working.
I'm on a break.
Come on, you know what Major Clark said. You're paying me triple time to stay here and make sure you get the budget report done by tomorrow morning. I'm sorry, but it's what I'm supposed to do.
Well, I'm still taking a break.
Okay, just remember to add my overtime to the budget. What's the race?
The Canadian Grand Prix.
Okay, who's winning?
One of the gray cars.
Okay, it's over. Time to go back to work.
They haven't announced the driver's name yet.
Victory that will be talked about for many years to come.